Today our show and tell comes from someone named Niraj. It was actually sent by a dear mutual friend of Niraj, Sangi of our space, Dansuela. She had mentioned that her friend Niraj had sent some pictures of the Himalayas, and I said I would love to see them. And so she has sent them in for us to look at. There's just 2 of them. She writes, my friend Niraj, who lives in India, took a flight the other day. His flight went past the Himalayas and he took 2 photos of them from his window seat. Of course, there are millions of photos out there of these sacred mountains, but seeing some from just a few days ago feels quite special. I asked his permission to share these photos with all of you, and he was quite delighted to share them, and he was glad that this group exists. Seeing these aerial photos from a commercial flight gives a humbling perspective of just how massive the Himalayas are. Just on time, dear Dansuela. Let me bring them up on screen. Here they are. It's quite incredible when you notice that being in a commercial airliner, you're already so high above the clouds. And we're so zoomed in the photo, and yet the Himalayas are even higher. It looks like they're even catching the sunlight when the rest of the landscape is in shadow. Truly incredible. And if you look closely in the distance too, they just stretch on for miles and miles. If I'm not mistaken, the Himalayas are formed because India is actually a subcontinent, and it used to be its own continent many millions of years ago. It came from the south, broke off of Pangaea, and then fused at a much later time with the Asian continent, smashed in. Well, as far as you can say smash on geological timescales, mind you, at the fastest, I'm sure the Indian subcontinent was only moving at a few centimeters per year. But anyway, that's a lot faster than millimeters per year as other continents move. And so it creates some of the biggest mountains in the world as it collides over the course of millions of years. Here's the second photo. You can see a part of the plain and scene too. Incredible energy. Very beautiful, I agree, dear Chloe. The home of the yogis and the ancient home of the rishis. Frightening as well, that's for sure. It's very appropriate because in our reading, our protagonist in Moksha, liberation, where we are right now, she is in the Himalayas, not quite at this height. Definitely more in the foothills, but still a great synchronicity. So thank you, dear Dansuela, for asking Niraj to send these in. So lovely. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for looking. And if anyone else ever wants to share something, do check out the show and tell submission form in the link tree in the bio.